Hello and welcome back to ExcelDashboardTemplates.com. This is Steve equals true. Thanks to my 15,000 subscribers that are helping me grow and get this channel back up and running. Really appreciate you checking out all the videos. I have been spending a little bit of time lately getting back into Excel and seeing what AI and Gemini can do for us. So let's hop into one of those topics again. Previously I had created a tutorial about how to do some formatting. So you can see this is a really nasty, ugly formula, very hard to read and decipher as a human. Let's see what AI can do. Haven't tried this before, so let's see. If I take this formula and I put it in Excel and I say, please format this Excel formula so that it can be used in Excel but is more readable by a human. I don't think I spelled readable right. What do you guys think? Let's see, readable, there we go. And we will put in the formula and let's hit enter and see what Gemini does. So what I did in the previous Excel blog is I took a lot of the information and I put hard returns in it. Looks like it's doing the same thing. Readable Excel formulas are a lifesaver, especially if you're dealing with nested if statements and a choose function. The trick is to use Alt-Enter. So this is what we did in the blog post that I said in the Excel formula bar to create line breaks and spaces to show the hierarchy. One quick heads up, your original formula uses curly quotes like none, which Excel will actually reject. I've swapped those into straight quotes like this one so it works immediately upon pasting. That's awesome. So it has done this. It says, hey, if, and then it has the or statement where it's choosing the or. If that, then you've got your next or category, and then if the length is less than 1, we're going to choose these different values in the chart. Why the structure helps, logical levels. Each indented line represents a deeper layer of the formula, the OR condition, or how it's clearly first block handles your none-right categories. The choose function, by listing the arguments vertically, you can clearly see the 4 different comparisons, less than, greater than, or equal to. So less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. I understand what it's saying. It is helping. A quick tip on straight quotes. If you have copy-paste your formula from Word or blog, throws an error, it's almost always quotation marks. Excel only recognizes the standard vertical marks. Would you like me to simplify this formula? We could possibly use switch function or make choose selection even cleaner. Wow, I like that. Let's try that next. Let's see what it's talking about related to these straight quotes. So I copied this from my blog post, and you see my blog post has these curly quotes, which aren't straight quotes, and like it says, Excel will throw up on those when you go to copy and paste that. So like what it's doing, it helps me break it down and tells me how it is breaking it down specifically. Let's say yes with would we like to to make it simplifier. I'm just going to say yes and see what Gemini does for me. Great, using switch instead of the nested choose if structure is like moving from a tangled web to a clean checklist. Makes a formula significantly easier to maintain if you ever need a 5th or 6th condition. The optimized formula, by using switch, we evaluate highlight choice once again, and then the simplest is the pairs. If it's X or if it's 2, do Y. So they've done the switch here instead of the choose function. Let's see, great. Using switch, structured is like moving from a tangled web to a clean checklist. Makes the formula significantly easier to add a 5th or 6th condition. And let's see, this is the default result. So it's even putting comments in here. I like that. Look at this. It is the default result if no match is found. So some comments in my formula is even great. So I like this. Readability, what's changed? You can now see exactly which number 1, 2, 3, 4 corresponds with the operators. So it's switch 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has those different operators. Safety net, I added a default by result at the end of the switch function, the base category. This ensures that if the highlight choice is ever blank or if unexpected number, the formula returns the base category instead of an error. Logic efficiency, choose is great, but it requires a very strict index. Switch is much more flexible and readable for peer reviews. Would you like me to explain how to add conditional formatting rule that works in tandem with the formula itself? I don't want to do that, but I want to learn a little bit more about this switch function. Tell me about the switch switch. Let's type this right. Function in Excel. When was it created and what versions of Excel can I use this function? Let's try that and see what Gemini is going to get from here. Switch function is often described as a cleaner, sophisticated cousin of the nested if statement. It evaluates the expression against a list of values and returns the result of the first match. When was it created? Function was first created in 2016. It was part of Major Office Update 365 that simplified some logic. So version compatibility, 2019 or later. So I do have 2019 equals switch. Look at that, and we do have switch in here. So this formula that we have from up above should be able to work. Now, I don't have this in the place that I was actually creating this formula, but there it is in Excel. The syntax name is incorrect. Verify that it starts with underscore. Where is that? Oh, it's looking for a table at base category. So since that's not in this actual file, it's going to give me an error, but I like what it's doing. It actually was what we had here. I was saying, hey, let's add some hard returns in here. We can do the choose and do greater than less than, but I like the options that it's given me. It's given me a new way to think about it. It's given me switch till I can find out the version that's in. Note, if you're sending a file containing a switch function to someone using Excel 2013 or earlier, they will see a hashtag name error because their version simply doesn't recognize the command. Why use it over if? The standard if string, you have to repeat all of the cell references over and over again. With switch, you only point to the cell once. Switch cell 1, and then if it's 1, then do red. If it's 2, then do blue. I got it. I like it. I never used switch before. Been out of the Excel game for too long, so welcome back. Glad you were able to join me in understanding this a little bit more. The structure is very predictable. Switch, value check, case 1, result 1, case 2, result 2. Would you like me to show you how to wrap this function in an if-error wrapper to handle unexpected data entry? Yes, let's see what it does with the if-error wrapper. Wrapping your switch function in an if error is a smart and defensive move. It prevents your spreadsheet from looking broken or if someone entered a number that should not be. So if base category contains data that Excel can't process, it's a bulletproof formula. I love that. All right, Gemini is really helping me. So take any formula that you are confused with. You can ask Gemini, tell me more about this formula, but you can also say, format this so it's more human readable. I like this. You paste this into your Excel notebook instead of the actual first formula that I showed you here. Because if your formulas look like this, drop it into Gemini and just say, clean up the format, make it human readable, put that back in your Excel formula, and you'll be able to modify these when you as a human come in later to try and change things, but maybe we will end up using Gemini to fix those things as well. We'll continue down this path. So appreciate you joining. Thank you very much. How if error works, let's just finish this up. The syntax straightforward. If error, the value, enter the long formula. If it sees an error, so this displays if any part of the formula fails, check input data. It's going to actually do an if error, so it wrapped if error around it. It worked out all of the parentheses, and it's going to put in a text value, check input data if there is an error. I like it. So once again, thanks for watching, subscribing. Make sure you're subscribed if you've been dropped from the YouTube algorithm, and keep coming back here daily to see the next video. Thanks.